Road to the IPO, le podcast des entrepreneurs aguerris. Today's podcast is in English and I'm with my co-host, Antoine Roldi.
Hey, how's it going?
Hey, so today's guest is Katie DiCaprio, fashionista, influencer on Instagram. Hi, Katie.
Hi.
How's it going?
Good. How are you guys?
I'm fine, thank you. So for those who don't know you, can you introduce yourself?
Sure. I am Katie DiCaprio, Kathleen DiCaprio, Katie for short. I run the Instagram at MTL Katie.
Yeah.
I'm also the marketing manager for the Stingers, which is the Concordia athletics team.
Cool. So just before we ask you the questions, are you familiar with Leonardo DiCaprio?
You know, if I had a nickel every time I got that question, I would be elated. Probably more rich than Leo himself. But no, unfortunately not. Not even friends.
No. Oh, okay.
Too bad.
So let's talk about the marketing because you're doing the Instagram of the football team of Concordia. So how do you usually post and everything for them?
Actually, I'm not in charge of the social media. I'm a kind of a bigger scale marketing wise. I look at social media. It's one of the aspects that I look at, but I look at a lot. I do a lot of, it's more strategic planning, more seeing overview events. I mean, I touch so much, it's hard to tell. And I've been there for 6 months now. Okay. And I got to say I've touched pretty much every aspect of the Concordia athletics and recreation component. Okay. Even football is one of them, but we have 8 other sports, right? So, or actually probably a lot more than that, but we have a ton of other sports. So I kind of oversee all of that.
So how do you market the team? I mean, with all the platforms there is.
Yeah, it's a loaded question. I'm there for 6 months, so I'm still trying to figure that out. Still trying on trial and error basis. Social media is a huge aspect of what I do, but it's also, how to get in contact with the actual Concordia students, right? We have 48,000 students at Concordia. Okay. How do we get them to come to events? How do we get them to come for games? I know, Antoine, you're from Sherbrooke. I'm assuming you go to University of Sherbrooke. Yeah. But one of our big competitors when we play our sports. So, we have to contact the students, get them to the games. But how do we do that? One of them is through social media. We also do, events. We go newsletters. I mean, there are countless ways we get to students, but I'm still learning every day.
Yeah. So are students interested in going to the games? I mean, do they want to support the team?
Yeah, I think so. I'm a graduate from Concordia University myself, okay. So I have a little experience in that. And I'm not shy to say that in my 3 years that I was at Concordia, I never went to a Stingers game, didn't know who the Stingers was. Okay. They were rather. I think I come with a little bit of a knowledge about what other students are feeling. If you know Montreal a little bit, you know that the 2 campuses are very separate. Okay. One's downtown and one's in MDG. Yeah. So, and most of the students, a large majority of the students actually go to school downtown. So it's how do you get those students to come to Loyola to see the games? That poses a huge problem. So I think there is interest. I think you have to make it easier for students. I think it would be obvious. I think, and I'm still working.
So there's a lot of social media because all the students, they're always on Snapchat, Instagram. So you really focus on those platforms.
Absolutely. It's a no-brainer.
Cool. So let's talk about yourself because I see your profile and I see you really love clothes. Are you a fashionista?
I really love clothes. I think it's going to say that on my tombstone. I am a huge clothing fashion fan.
Okay.
When I started posting my OOTDs on Instagram, it was maybe 5 years ago, I think. Yeah. It's when I really started to get into it, and I didn't think anything of it. And one day, it started growing, and now it's a passion. It's something that I do for fun. It's cool. It's after work. It's before work. It's on weekends. Okay. Yeah.
So how are there any students that go and see your profile and then go see you? I really like these clothes and everything. Do you get people that talk about it?
Yeah, sure. I definitely get a lot of people who reach out to me and want to know more about me and want to work with me. And I do the same thing to other people in Montreal. Okay. Montreal, MTL Katie, I chose that name because I am born and raised in Montreal. Yeah. I love this city. I love everything about it. So I like to focus a lot on people from Montreal. We do meetups, try to, get in touch with other people from the city. It's a lot of fun.
Cool. So, and how did you grow your Instagram with own clothes? Because, there is a lot of people that follow you and most of your pictures are really clothes. How do you grow your profile with only clothes? I mean,
You know, it's when I started it, it was easier. I'm not gonna lie. I think it was a little less saturated. You know, 5 years ago it was very popular, but I think it was a little less than now. So at the beginning, it grew quickly. I must say, from the first 3,000 followers. I don't even remember how I got them because it happened so quickly. It's getting harder now. I'm plateauing. Inspiration comes and goes. With my job also taking a lot of my time. Of course, it's going to be less of an intense focus, unfortunately. So it is hard, and every day I try to learn new tricks, obviously hashtags and all, and the content that you're creating needs to be good, and all that stuff has to come into play, but it's getting harder. But like I'm sure every other Instagrammer will say.
It's because there is a lot of competition now. There's a lot of,
you have to stand out. You have to be different, and it's hard.
Yeah. So Antoine, any questions?
Yeah, so how did you get your role for social media for the team?
Marketing, yeah. I just want to, I like to put that in there because we have a person who's completely devoted to social media and he's awesome. So I'm marketing. So I applied, I was at Uniselect, which is a car parts company. And then I was there for a year, wasn't looking. I was super happy there, but this opportunity kind of fell through the cracks, and I saw it and I was like, okay, this is too good to be true. Marketing manager, they were asking for 7 to 9 years of experience. I thought, I'll apply, it'll be funny. And it was funny. And you know what? Funny story. I applied into the whole process. They told me a week later I didn't get the job. So I moved on. I stayed at Uniselect. I was very happy. And then a month after that, they called me back and said, well, the person that we chose didn't pass their French test. So come back, do the French test. And if you pass the French test, the job is yours. And obviously French is my second language, very strong.
French is important.
French is important. It's hard to work in Quebec without knowing French. Even at an English university, 50% of my day, if not more, is spent in French.
Cool. So, I mean, what does it mean to you, a fashionista?
Oh, fashionista. What does that mean to me? It's funny because do I consider myself a fashionista compared to these huge bloggers and Instagrammers? I mean, I laugh at the idea because it's, I've got 5,000 followers and I'm super proud of that. And I love everybody who follows me and I try to engage with as many people as possible. But, a fashionista to me is someone who's dedicated their career. Maybe fashionista is not the right word, but who's dedicated their career to their fashion. And hopefully I want to eventually get there. But right now it's a passion. So it's something that I love to do, but not that's, paying the bills. I think that I love playing with style. I love shopping, even though, all the time. It's something that I love. And I have people call me fashionistas, but I get all red when I think about it because am I? I don't know.
Do you get any contracts as of right now? Any people that get you the contact and say, Katie, do you want to work with us and everything?
For sure, yeah. I work with a couple of companies that they've reached out to me. So yeah, I have a couple of contracts. Are they, paying the bills? Are they paying rent? Probably not. I'm doing it because I love to do it, and I only work with brands that either I've known before or that I've loved before. One that I'm really happy to work with is Veramoda, which is a clothing company that's a Canadian clothing company. So I work with a store downtown, the Veramoda store in Place Montreal Trust, and that's something that's recent and that I love. But it's growing, and sometimes I get contracts that I don't love so much that I don't do because again I have that luxury of choosing because I don't depend on it for my income. So I'm really, if I'm working with a brand, it's because I'm loving it.
Cool. So what advice would you give to any girl or guy that want to start to become a fashionista and do really like a full-time work? Let's say, what advice would you give to them?
Yeah, don't give up. Don't get discouraged. I think it's really easy to start and the numbers don't add up because you know what? It's, you hear people say it's not about the numbers, but at the end of the day, it kind of is, right? You only have those brands reach out to you, or you only work with brands you love because you've got those numbers that match it. So don't give up, put in the time, put in the effort. Don't do anything stupid because I think it's easy to make stupid mistakes like reposting without giving credit or stealing, or all that stuff. Don't do any of that. If it seems wrong, don't do it. Be authentic, create content, and don't give up.
Don't give up because I see a lot of people posting on Instagram, but I believe you post regularly. Like how many times a day do you post?
A day, no, one time a day for sure. I try to post. Before my job, it was every day. Now I would say every 2-3 days.
Okay.
It's gone down. I'm trying to keep it up.
But, do you also get in contact with your the people that send you DMs? Do you
always, yeah.
as well? Yeah.
Oh, and I'm on Instagram a lot.
Okay.
If it's not posting, it's interacting. It's I'm always there because I think posting on Instagram is only half of the battle. It's half of the job. It's half of what you should be doing. I think the other half is engaging with your community. And again, it's not I say job, but it's what I love to do. It's what I'm doing when I get home from work. My poor boyfriend, he knows I get home from work at 5:30. I sit on the couch and then I just Instagram or edit or comment or DM all night after that. So
it's a lot of job. Yes.
It's a huge job.
Yeah, because people don't really realize, they say, you're only posting, but there's a lot of job behind that,
Huge. Most of it. Yeah.
Cool. Any question, Antoine?
For those who want to reach out to you on social media, what platform would they need to reach out? Only Instagram or Facebook as well?
Instagram is the bulk of everything that I do. I'm on Facebook, Katie DiCaprio. I'm on Facebook, but I kind of Facebook is more for personal, family stuff. I do a lot of my job, like Stinger stuff on there, but on Facebook is where I'm concentrating a lot of my time on the whole fashion side of it.
So your nickname is MTL Katie?
Yes.
We're gonna put all the links so people can contact you.
Awesome.
And before we go to the last question, we talk about Fashionista, but I want to know your point of view about influencer. What does an influencer mean to you?
Yeah, it's a great question. What is an influencer, right? An influencer is someone, at the base of the word is someone who influences others to do stuff, right?
Yes.
But when it comes to Instagram, the word influence is being thrown around so much. Yeah. What does it mean to be an influencer? It could mean to have a lot of followers. It could mean to just be really good at what you do and other people are following you. But I think that an influencer to me is something bigger than that. It's someone who is influencing based on their beliefs and their passion. You can tell someone who's posting because they've been paid to post. You can tell that content, whether it's real or not. So for me, an influencer, and I can only name a handful of influencers that I follow that are very, very authentic, and that I'm like, if they buy a product, I will buy it. That's an influencer to me. To me, if it's anything other than real or authentic, it's just paid for or not really something that's worth my time.
So it's being true to yourself, really.
I think so. Yeah.
That's awesome. Yeah, cool. So thank you very much, Katie. This was a nice podcast. And we're going to put all the links so people can contact you. And
awesome.
Thank you for this. Thank you for the podcast.
Thanks for having me, guys. It was a pleasure talking to you.
Thank you.